Welcome to Chasing Curiosity TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The Philippines, long known for its vibrant culture, breathtaking landscapes, and resilient people, is a nation with a rich history and a dynamic present. From the bustling streets of Manila to the colorful festivals that light up its islands, the country pulses with life and energy. Its strategic location at the heart of Southeast Asia has always made it a crossroads of trade and culture. But today, the Philippines finds itself at the center of a new and critical energy frontier. Beneath the shimmering waters of the South China Sea, vast, untapped reserves of oil and natural gas await discovery, resources with the potential to transform the nation's economic landscape and secure its future prosperity. For decades, the Philippines has depended heavily on imported energy, making it vulnerable to unpredictable global price swings and the shifting tides of international politics. This reliance has often strained the economy and limited growth. By developing its own domestic reserves, the Philippines could achieve energy self-sufficiency, boost national income, create thousands of jobs, and fund critical infrastructure projects that would benefit millions of Filipinos. However, the journey ahead is complex and challenging. Legal disputes, environmental concerns, and intense geopolitical rivalries, especially with China's competing territorial claims, cast uncertainty over the nation's ambitions. The world is watching closely. Can the Philippines unlock this immense potential and reshape not only its own future, but also influence the balance of power in the region? The stakes are incredibly high, not just for the Filipino people, but for global energy security and the delicate dynamics of regional power. Every decision made here could ripple across continents. As of August 2025, the questions facing the nation are urgent and complex. Will the Philippines overcome these formidable obstacles, protect its precious environment, and assert its sovereignty on the world stage? This is more than a story of natural resources. It is a test of national ambition, diplomatic skill, and the enduring resolve of the Filipino people to shape their own destiny and secure a brighter future for generations to come. The Philippines' energy promise has been known for decades, a potential that has been whispered about in the corridors of power and industry, yet it remained largely untapped, like a treasure hidden beneath the waves. Early exploration efforts were hampered by limited technology, political instability, and a lack of resources. The dreams of energy independence were often overshadowed by the challenges of the time. A complex legal framework further complicated matters, creating a labyrinth of regulations that stifled progress and innovation. The archipelago's unique geography, with its scattered islands and rugged coastlines, made large-scale operations difficult and costly, deterring many potential investors. As a result, global energy giants focused their efforts elsewhere, in regions where the returns were more immediate and the risks were lower. But the 21st century brought a technological revolution. Advanced seismic imaging and data analysis techniques have transformed the landscape, making exploration not only viable, but also more precise and efficient. Deepwater drilling technologies have opened up new possibilities, allowing access to reserves that were once thought unreachable. With the Malampaya gas field nearing depletion, the urgency to find new sources of energy has never been greater. As energy demand continues to rise, driven by a growing population and expanding economy, urgency has replaced inertia, pushing the nation to act swiftly. Now, areas once considered too risky or too remote are attracting renewed interest and investment as the race to discover new fields intensifies. The government and private sector are working hand in hand, racing against time to find new fields before the energy gap widens, signing contracts and deploying resources at an unprecedented pace. The era of dormant potential is ending, replaced by a new drive for exploration and development as the nation seeks to harness its natural resources. The Philippines stands on the brink of an energy transformation, if it can seize the moment and overcome the challenges that lie ahead. The question is no longer if, but how soon. The clock is ticking, and the world is watching as the Philippines takes bold steps towards a brighter energy future. The Reed Bank, also known as Recto Bank, stands as the crown jewel of the Philippines' vast but largely untapped energy reserves. Stretching beneath the turquoise waters of the South China Sea, this underwater plateau is believed to contain immense deposits of natural gas and oil, resources that could transform the nation's energy landscape for generations to come. Located well within the country's exclusive economic zone, Reed Bank's reserves are so significant that they could potentially power the entire island of Luzon, the Philippines' economic heart, for decades. This energy could fuel homes, industries, and transportation, reducing the country's dependence on imported fuel and providing a stable, homegrown source of power. Developing Reed Bank would not only slash costly fuel imports, but also create thousands of jobs for Filipino workers, stimulate new infrastructure projects, and spark economic growth that could ripple across the entire nation. The benefits would be felt from bustling cities to remote rural communities. Yet, this treasure lies in troubled waters, its riches fiercely claimed by both the Philippines and China. The overlapping claims have turned Reed Bank into a geopolitical hotspot, where national interests and international law collide. Time and again, Chinese vessels have blocked Philippine survey ships, escalating tensions and transforming what should be a straightforward resource exploration into a high-stakes struggle for sovereignty and control. In 2016, an international tribunal in The Hague ruled decisively in favor of the Philippines, affirming its rights over Reed Bank. However, China has refused to recognize or abide by this decision, leaving the dispute unresolved and the waters fraught with uncertainty. While the legal right is clear, the reality on the water is far more dangerous. Filipino fishermen and energy workers face constant risks, as physical access to Reed Bank remains a daily challenge amid patrols and standoffs. Today, Reed Bank has become a flashpoint in the South China Sea, a symbol of both immense opportunity and significant risk. Its fate will shape not only the region's energy future, but also the balance of power in Southeast Asia. The nation's economic future and the well-being of millions of Filipinos now hinges on the ability to unlock this resource safely and securely without triggering wider conflict. As the world watches closely, all eyes are on Manila to see how it will navigate this high-stakes standoff, balancing national interests, international law, and the hopes of its people. The South China Sea is a global crossroads, vital for trade and rich in resources. China's sweeping claims and assertive actions are part of a broader push for regional dominance. By blocking Philippine development, Beijing signals control over the sea and warns other claimants. The Philippines, a U.S. treaty ally, relies on American support for security. But this raises the risk of superpower confrontation. Manila must balance asserting its rights with avoiding open conflict, leveraging alliances while managing economic ties with China. Every move, diplomatic or military, is calculated on a tense geopolitical chessboard. The stakes, national sovereignty, regional stability, and the future of international law. The Philippines walks a tightrope, seeking partners and building coalitions to protect its interests. The outcome will shape the balance of power in Asia for years to come. For the Philippines, developing domestic oil and gas is about more than economics. It's about sovereignty. Reliance on imports exposes the nation to price shocks and drains foreign reserves. Energy self-sufficiency would lower costs, boost competitiveness, and generate government revenue for vital infrastructure. It would also reduce poverty and strengthen the country's voice on the world stage. The Malampaya gas field proved the Philippines can manage large-scale projects and reap real benefits. The challenge now is to replicate that success in contested waters. True sovereignty means controlling your own energy destiny. The dream is within reach but requires political will and unity. The nation must overcome formidable obstacles to achieve lasting self-reliance. The stakes are nothing less than economic freedom and national strength. The world's energy giants are watching the Philippines closely. Companies like Shell, Chevron, and Total Energies bring the technology and capital needed to unlock offshore reserves. Their involvement would also signal powerful international backing, raising the diplomatic cost of Chinese interference. Asian partners, Japan and South Korea, are also interested, seeking to diversify their own energy supplies and support regional stability. Manila can use this global interest to negotiate better terms, ensuring local benefits and technology transfer. Choosing the right partners is both a commercial and strategic decision. A strong consortium could shield the project and amplify the Philippines' leverage. The scramble for a stake in the nation's energy future gives Manila unprecedented bargaining power. The right alliances could turn global competition into a national triumph. The promise of offshore oil and gas comes with serious risks. The West Philippine Sea is a biodiversity hotspot. An oil spill here would be catastrophic. Strict environmental standards and transparent oversight are non-negotiable. The Philippines must demand best-in-class technology and full public disclosure of environmental impacts. Governance is equally critical. Resource wealth can breed corruption and inequality if not managed wisely. transparent revenue management, possibly through a sovereign wealth fund, is essential. Civil society and media must be empowered to hold leaders accountable. The goal ensure that resource wealth benefits all Filipinos, not just a privileged few. The challenge is to balance development with stewardship and equity. Only then can the nation turn its energy boom into lasting prosperity. The Philippines cannot unlock its energy future alone. Its alliance with the United States remains vital for security and deterrence. Partnerships with Japan, Australia, and other regional powers can create a united front for stability. Diplomatic pressure, championing the 2016 arbitral victory in global forums, keeps the issue alive and builds support. Dialogue with China is necessary but must be from a position of strength and backed by allies. Most importantly, the government must build trust at home through transparency and public engagement. A united nation is the strongest foundation for any international strategy. By forging smart alliances abroad and consensus at home, the Philippines can protect its interests. The quest for energy independence is a national project, one that demands unity and resolve. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. Its energy reserves offer a path to security and prosperity. Achieving energy independence would transform the economy and strengthen the nation's global standing. But the journey is fraught with geopolitical and governance challenges. The nation must blend strength with diplomacy, building alliances and advocating for a rules-based order. Internally, transparent management of resource wealth is essential to avoid the pitfalls of corruption and inequality. The goal: build a stronger nation, not just enrich a few. Technology, law, and shifting global dynamics have created a unique opportunity. The world is watching to see if the Philippines can seize it. With wise choices and national unity, the country can unlock its buried treasure and redefine its role in Asia. The future will be shaped by the decisions made today.